Hi everybody, welcome to this new channel of mine that I'm doing. It's called Outings with Brian. I've already posted up several videos on it, which I'm just promoting this channel. But I want to do a short, I want to record a testimony of, so that's what I'm doing on this one. I already did one in Spanish, and I posted it up already for those that are my Spanish viewers. And now I'm doing it in English. So let's go and start without any further ado. Well, as some of you already know me, my name is Brian Santa Maria. I know it's a little long name for me, but that's the name I've been having since I was born. And I actually had in mind of changing it and adding a middle name, but haven't gotten the opportunity to do it yet. But I've been suggested not to do it because it's too much of a hassle. So let me get started. Alright. Back in 2001, I remember the date clearly, and if I'm not mistaken, it all happened on a hot summer day in 2001 in the month of June. The date was the 29th. My mom had already flown to El Salvador because we were all at the airport with my dad and, well, I'm not too I can't remember if my sisters came along, or actually I think they did, or I'm not too sure, but we had our, well, it was between my dad, my brother, and I, that for sure, that I do remember. We were at the airport that night, and, well, after we left, we came back home safe, but we didn't know, and I didn't know what was gonna happen afterwards. Well, my brother and I had already talked to a friend of ours that lived further. I'm not too sure which one's up or down the street, but I think from MLK, that's up and down. Oh yeah, so it's down. So he used to live down the street, like a couple, like several, like a few houses from us. But we were planning to order pizza and watch a movie. But my dad had a different plan for us. And because my mom had just flown to El Salvador, she was going to call the next morning to let us know how she. During that night, I don't remember exactly what happened, but to cut the story short, I ended up lacking oxygen from my brain. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Let me pause this video if I can. No, I can't. Uh-oh. Well, let me see. Just have a missed call. see the percentage. No, it's still charging. Still gonna let it charge. Okay. Wow. To continue with the story, that night, like I said, I don't really know what happened. I don't know how was it that I started lacking oxygen to my brain, which ended up giving me complications. And by the morning, my brother had came in the room because we both shared the room together, and he saw me with a pale face. My eyes rolled back, and then he called my dad. And they both panicked. They didn't know what to do. They called my sisters, and then they they both got angry at them because they were supposed to call the ambulance right away, but they it didn't occur to them to do that. But once they did that, the paramedics came. They checked me. They checked my vitals to see if I was alive or not. And by them checking me out, they had called the ambulance. The ambulance came. They got me in the ambulance. We left, and turning the corner, that's when I passed away for 6 minutes. When I arrived, when we arrived at the hospital, it was just down to the St. Francis Hospital here in Linwood. I was rushed to the ER, and I was actually 15 years and a half when all this took place. Because before, I used to walk, guys. I participated in the JROTC program in Linwood High. I also, there in that program, I participated in parades, in not in school events, out of city events as well, because I was really into all that, guys. And I have some pictures of it left. Well, just some, but not. I don't have a whole lot. But I do have a good memory. I was a staff sergeant. That was my last rank, guys. If I would have continued, I would have continued with a staff sergeant. And I know I would have kept on going if this wouldn't have happened. But I don't know what or nor why. My plan was to do my 4 years in the JROTC program, and I was gonna end up enlisting into the Marines on my senior year. I would go through the Marine training, through the boot camp, through the exams to see if I would be qualified to join the Marines or not. But I never knew that dream of mine wasn't gonna happen, guys. I was then transferred once I was at the St. Francis Hospital. I was transferred immediately to the Children's Hospital in LA, and that was because they were short of beds, and they were looking at other hospitals to transfer me to. But they looked at the Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital, and they looked even at the Children's Hospital in Long Beach, and till they found one an extra bed in LA at the Children's Hospital in LA on Sunset, and I was in a coma for 2 months and a half there. I was being checked. I was also having blood withdrawn from me a lot. I went through a lot of MRIs, CAT scans, you name it, guys. And even they put me into a class, few classes actually, there at the hospital. One to see if I would be able to comprehend, because they were looking to see all that of me, and I was also doing physical and occupational therapy at the children's, and till that was released in September, but I don't remember exactly the date in September when I got sent back home, because the doctors weren't not able to find out anything wrong with me. They checked me for drugs, they checked me for alcohol, but they found my blood clean, guys. And they were all speculating, they were having their meetings to see whether they were going to release me or they were going to continue having me in observation. But it turned out that they talked to my parents, and my parents, they actually told them that I would never be able to go back to school, that I would end up forgetting one of the languages that I normally speak between English and Spanish, and that I would be in the state of vegetation for the rest of my life. That did not happen, guys. Mm-mm. And my sisters, they kept my head up, so I won't be thinking negative or nor depressed. And through the years and through the therapies that I've done, I've slowly started coming back. But when I was released, I had I had I don't know what they're calling it, but I forgot actually. I had like um cat cats on my arms, because my head, I was my first wheelchair. It was a oversized wheelchair with the something with a band that went over my head to keep my head from going down, because I didn't have any control over my body. I lost motor skills. I lost my balance. That's why I'm not able to walk, guys. I also, through the years, I gained that problem with the scoliosis, which it's just when the back basically curves and it turns into like an S, and all that is because it's from sitting, that I haven't been able to sit straight. That's why I got that diagnosed. I also lost a lot of memory cells, brain cells I mean, from the lapse of time that I had passed away for 6 minutes. And like I said, I never did drugs, I never did alcohol. My blood is clean till this day. Even though some certain times and occasions I do have a beer or two, or just a sip of alcohol, but I don't do that all the time. I also um well I also had received homeschooling, because I didn't want to be here at home dropping out of high school because I actually had the mindset of finishing my high school years. Had three different homeschool teachers, and they all agreed and were telling me the same thing, and my parents, that they don't know why I am not allowed to go back to school, or why wasn't I going back to school. And well, my last teacher, Mr. Lee, the former USC Trojan and Raider, had helped me get back into school. But first, but before all that happened, I had to get evaluated, and he knew that I couldn't go back to Linwood because they were actually wanting me to go back, but I would be placed in the special ed class. And there he also noticed too, because my comprehension was good. My ability to perform math skills, my uh, adding, subtracting, multiplying, division, exponents, algebra, it was all there. I'd never lost that. The only thing that I did lose was basically what I had said already, my balance and motor skills, which I actually had. Well, I've been training myself to recover all that again. All the physical therapy, all the occupational therapy that I've had, it's been worth it, guys. It's helped me a lot because because then after my evaluation that I had done, that they had done with me at the Bellflower Unified School District, they saw that I was ready to go back to school. They even set up an appointment with the special ed teacher at Bellflower High, Mr. St. Marie. Then he helped me by putting me into mainstream classes, which is basically classes, high school classes for special ed children. Like they were normal classes, just like if I were to be normal, guys. And I actually don't like using the word normal because I feel myself as being normal. Like I have no disabilities. I don't. That's how I see myself, guys. Because the way that my parents and my sisters and my brother treats me, and they treated me as soon as I got out of the, no, as soon as I was released from the hospital. Yeah, I know I had, and I actually needed help, and lots of it, because I can't shower on my own. I have problems, like I said, lack of motor skills. Things that I used to do before, I'm not able to do them anymore. And well, yeah, it's lately and through the years I've been training myself to do these, perform these tasks and these daily things that I used to do before on my own, like showering. That's actually the only help. I do have help in the shower, but also to go to use the restroom or the bathroom, because I can't sit, I can't stand and walk to the bathroom or the restroom on my own. So what they do and how I get helped is different, and it's I've gotten used to it already, but I'm actually, there's a time in life that we all just think and ponder to ourselves, like whether if we're what we may be going through. It may be because of, well, I don't know, just normal, just things in life that we go through, that we actually come to the point in our lives that we just tell ourselves and remind ourselves that we were not like this before. And we've gotten to the point where we tell ourselves, enough is enough. I'm tired. And then that's what I've gotten to the point of in my life already. Not just because of my relationship that I have right now with my girlfriend, Diana Soto, but which is a shout out to her. I also was going to church too before, because I actually got baptized as a Catholic when I was 5 in El Salvador. And then I started watching the TBN network. Well, I'm still, actually, I haven't watched that network in a while. But yeah, I'm actually, before I get myself off topic, let me share with you that yeah, I did go to a Christian church. I and yes, I did enjoy the time that I was going to Christian churches, but even there, we gotta find the church that we actually feel that we're okay with, that it's the church for us. But we have to always have Christ. Believe that he died on that week, that he was crucified and he died and rose on the third day. But I don't want to make this video as being religious. I After my evaluation at the Bellflower High School, and from taking the mainstream classes there, I did 3 years there, and I graduated in 2005 on the honor roll. After my once that once I got to that night of my graduation from Bellflower High, I remember just sitting out there in the field, and well, actually it was at the track, and I just remember just thinking of everything I went through, everything that happened to me, everything that I just had to overcome in order for me to get to that point of my life. I simply started crying my eyes out. I participated in a few senior activities, like the senior outing, which we went to Six Flags Magic Mountain. I went to prom, guys. I actually had a prom date, and I remember just also by being at prom that night, as well at I forgot the place, but it was somewhere near Knott's Berry Farm, and I just had a fun night, um, just by dancing and being with friends, and and I also was in a Christian club at Bellflower High, which that's what led me to look into Christianity in the first place. And I remember too, my friend Leticia Sotelo, she was like, this and which who I met at Linwood High. I didn't meet her at Linwood High. I met her at Hostler Middle School, and in the 8th grade, guys. And I that's what also led me to just think about that, um to basically to go to give Christianity a chance, which I did, and I learned so much, guys. Even changed my life too, and well, now because of the quarantine and the pandemic that we're all in, which I know we've heard and seen on the news that it's not as bad anymore, but we can't count the virus out yet because it's still killing a lot, still infecting a lot of people. And I ended up, after graduating from Bellflower High, I ended up going to, well, attending El Camino College, which that was the hardest thing I actually had to do, because I actually wanted to pursue a major there, which I didn't quite finish it, but that's a different story. I learned a lot. I actually, you know how I said that from the meetings that the doctors were having at the Children's Hospital, that I was gonna end up forgetting one of the languages that I normally speak between English and Spanish. Well, I learned to speak fluent Italian, guys. And later on, I learned to speak Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, which basically is the same thing as Portuguese from Portugal. And the recent language that I learned to speak, well, which I'm still learning to speak, guys, is French. So I got the Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and French, which are the Romance languages. And well, I know also a few words in like Filipino or Tagalog, and in Egyptian as well, and in Arabic as too, or Saudi Arabian. That's one of my hobbies, is learning languages, guys. And it's a lot of fun for me. Also, besides photo and film editing and guitar and learning to play the guitar, playing the guitar actually is fun for me, and the piano too, because back in elementary I took band, which I played the clarinet, but at first I played the flute, which I changed to the clarinet because it was a little challenging for me. And then that was when I was able to walk, and this like in my earlier educational years, but to this day, I'm just been doing Brian in a way. By So thank you all for watching this video, and I'm, like I said, promoting the channel, which I still have to change the name to it. And yeah, because I've been already doing and posting up videos of just places that I've been to, and that's what I'm gonna be focusing on my YouTube channel, and it's gonna be called, in Spanish it's called, well, actually in English I'm gonna give you the name of the channel, which I'm gonna put it both in English and in Spanish. And it's gonna all be one channel only. Or actually, I think I'm gonna do two, separate the channels. to do one in English and the other one in Spanish. So yeah, so just keep on the lookout for that, which it should be a lot of fun. And I shall see you all to the next one, next video, guys. All right, bye.